Peace, YouTube. Remember I said that I was going to give y'all a review of the cars that I got? Well, I got 6 of them out right now. My 5 I had to put in storage because I was having some complications with starting it. It's so cold outside that I couldn't get it started, and I think I did something wrong internally, either electrically or fuel, one or the other. So I really have to go into in depth with that car to see what's going on with it. And that is the RC Barker from Exceeded RC. Okay, so from the top we have the Infinitive EP. This is a brushed motor. What I did was I changed the body. This is what it looks like when it's completely done with the body on it. It looks pretty badass. You have to edit out the badass. It's pretty nice. Smooth this motor to the side. It's pretty badass. With the big wheels on it, the big wide stance. Looks pretty good. And that's my Mad Warrior. This is Exceeded RC's Mad Warrior. It's pretty dope. Both of them, I like both of the cars. I like Exceeded RC. Again, Exceeded RC is a really good car company to me. You know, I've had some bad products, and I've had some down time with waiting because they're way out in California and we're all the way on the East Coast. But I like their cars, I like their products. And that's the only thing with Exceeded RC is that they're far away, like California, so it takes 2 weeks. And with COVID happening, it takes about 2.5 weeks for me to get things. But when I get them, the products work, they fit, they last. Because this bad boy right here, this EP, this Infinitive EP, I'd have swapped engines like 4 or 5 times. We banged up the crash bars so many times. The suspension we changed out. If you could look really close, you'll see that the dog bones are different colors. One is black and one is like gray. You know, and they're pretty fast. They're pretty fast, badass cars. So I charged up some batteries because I wanted to put some runtime in them. So that's what I'm gonna do and give you some runtime with each one. The Ford Mustang, I think 500, one of them. But it's a nice EP truck. It's really fast too. This right here is the Blur. This is the newest member of the bunch. That's Matthew's car. It's a nitro pull start. Nitro pull start buggy 116. This is a 110. And then we have the Typhon from Armor. This is a 1.8. It runs on 3S, 4S, and all the internals are a BLX motor, ESC, so on and so forth. This one right here is the Drift King. I had to style it a little bit. I cut the windows out so we could get some more air in there. I did the purple locks for the wheels. And this is a brushless from Exceeded RC. It is my favorite car by far. I like the way it's set up. I like the wing in the back and everything. This is my favorite car. It's my trophy car. This car started the whole Exceeded RC bandwagon for me. You know, I like Exceeded RC products, and I think I'm gonna buy some more Exceeded RC products because I like their stuff. That's it. This is the Mad Warrior. This is Mad Warrior number 2. I'm gonna show you Mad Warrior number 1 in a second. Here's the body. Body's still pretty good. The first Mad Warrior, I had mounted an electric start. right in the back, right here. And what happened was I was turning the motor so much that the crankshaft broke. Okay, it broke internally and the engine was just spinning. And there's a bolt that's in the back of here connected to this pull start. So I was turning. And one day it just said, snap. It was a really quick snap. That's a 150 cc fuel tank. 150 milliliter fuel tank. Has dual brakes, front brakes, back brakes. It's a 1-speed, center diff, clutch drive. You got your steering servo, throttle servo, and I put my own battery in there. That's a 3000 milliamp nickel metal hydrate, if I'm saying it right, but it's 3000 whatever. But on the first one that I had, I blew it. It has these oversized shocks. I like that. Metal chassis. Downpipe. I put this little attachment so that the fuel could stop getting it dirty back there, because it was getting filthy from running it. Here's an overview of what she looks like on the side. Pretty much that's it. The shocks and everything works perfectly. Yeah, like I said, I was going to show you the electric conversion. Now, the electric conversion that I used was from Spur Pass Hobby. It's a 120 amp brushless motor, 120 amp, waterproof. And it's the same exact body as this, the same chassis. The only difference is the motor is electric and it's not a pull start. And those mounts there, I had to fabricate some mounts because it wasn't lining up with the center gear. We are running a 6413 or 6417. I'm not really sure. I have to check it again. The same thing with the battery pack. I covered this one up, and since it's using a 4S, I had to rig up a holder so the battery goes here. The battery will go here and all these strappings. Same shock tower, same metal chassis. Only difference is one is electric now and one is nitro. And this is a hell of a lot faster than this. Also, that body, this buggy body, this was an Armor, I think a Typhon. It went for the Armor Typhon, but I cut it and fabricated the holes so that it could fit on the Mad Warrior. It looks pretty good, but it was for Armor, but now it's for Exceeded RC. And this is the Mad Warrior as well, but it's a buggy version of the Mad Warrior. So I'm gonna drop the body in and show you guys what it looks like with the complete body. This was from Jada Toys. So I have my assistant here. She's gonna squeeze the throttle for us, and you're gonna get a reaction from the car. Yeah, you can press the trigger.
And you can do it like this. And you can do it like this.
Let me move my feet, cause she'll press it.
Wait, Amina, wait. You got the car?
Yeah, we got it.
Now kick it
Go
up.
ahead, get out the way and do it. Ooh. Sweet. Ooh. Look at the ballooning. Amina, don't turn it so much. Look at the front wheel. Now do it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Full throttle. Look at the front wheel balloon. And that's just off of regular nickel metal hydrate battery. 7.2. This little thing goes fast, boy. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna show you something funny. It goes so fast that it burnt the skin off of me the other day. I was holding it just like that by myself, and it was rocking back and forth, and it burnt the skin off of me. So this little bad boy gets busy. And that's the Infinitive EP, 110 scale. Brushless. So that's that. Yes, it burned the hell out.
Nina, say hi to YouTube.
Put this out.
That's for that. Now, this Drift King, I did some wiring to it.
Amina.
I did some rewiring because I wanted to run a LiPo battery. So, I turned it into a Dean's connector. So it's a Dean's connector, so it could run this 2-cell LiPo. So it runs a 2-cell by Z, 7.4 volts, 100% burst, 8,000 milliamps. Roughly like 20 minutes of runtime. But sometimes the ESC would get hot and it'll shut down. It'll, like, I don't know what you call it, a thermo shutdown. So let's plug her up and let y'all see how she responds.
Mom, take me.
So she fits snug. It's a snug fit. Gotta make sure we got positive to negative, negative to
Dad,
positive.
do it.
Make sure we do it right.
Dad, do it.
Let's do it
Dad,
this way.
do it this way. Do it that way.
Line
Mom,
it
plug
up.
it up.
Yep, let me secure the battery.
Car the battery. You gotta car the battery.
Yo, my hands is ashy, y'all. Like, I was punching flour before I started. I was cleaning up. And I washed my hands. So, and I wanted to do this. So, you're gonna have to fast forward this part. All right. So, let's get the batteries out of here.
Dad, can I turn it on?
Look at
Watch out, Mimi,
Look at
because you got
Matthew.
finger.
No, these are all different batteries. Amina, you got it.
Yeah,
On 2S. You watching? Watching. Here we go. Okay, hear the power. I could put a 3S in here, but that would be really stupid. It'll lock.
Right here.
The 4S won't even run. But on this 2S, this thing is really, really quick. The response is on point. I mean, it's not a digital servo in there, but the response is nice. Look like me. Okay, that's it for that. Let's take the shell off. Always body car off first, then receiver, then controller off. Car off first, then controller. Then let's disconnect the battery. And I'm just gonna open it up. So this is the Typhon. This is the Typhon 3S. Oh, I just changed the wheels. I changed the location of a few components in here as well. So, when they first give you the Typhon and it comes in the box, everything is on top of this. The ESC is on top of this. The wiring is on top of this. So when you go to drive the car, sometimes you get interference all over the place. That's what we were saying in the other video. But what I did was I I changed the spectrum controller and receiver that's inside of here to
If you would like to see the Typhoon running, you're going to go to part J3, I believe it is. You'll see it running all throughout the video.
right. So I had to change it to the only controller that I had left was an Exceeded RC controller. Their controllers are really, really good, but it's pretty much just a stock controller, you know. There's nothing special going on with it. You know, your throttle rate, your steering rate, dual rate, throttle trim, steering trim, reverse steering, reverse throttle. Those are for people that like to turn left this way and turn right that way, you know. We turn left, right, but people that are right, left, you know. And then some people like to pull the trigger forward to go, and some people like to pull the trigger back to go. But yeah,
This gives you the option to do it backwards or
to do
forward.
it backwards or forwards. That's what these switches are for changing the direction of the steering. So if you was to press it on normal, we do it in reverse. If you press it normal, this wouldn't be right. Like if you turn it right, the wheels wouldn't turn right. Let me show you. I could show you better than I could tell you. But yeah, back to I did a converter because this was a ISC. So we took the ISC and converter to a Dean's converter because I have Dean's batteries. So you know we got the converter. So now it's Dean's. Right now I'm gonna plug it up to a 4S, but I did take the ESC off of this box and I put it down here so that it could get better response. My deduction from what was going on before was the capacitors that are connected here and here was interfering with the signal when this motor got hot, when this ESC got hot. Now, okay, when it gets hot, it responds, but it doesn't respond the way that you quickly, you know, and it was moving forward and moving backwards, so I just moved everything around so it could better fit. So let me make sure it's off. Yeah, it's off. So this is a 4S battery, so I'm gonna just put it on here to like show. Hopefully it'll fit. No, it won't fit, but I think these spaces are adjustable. But just for working purposes, we're just going to show you that it works. So let's undo that. I like how Armor put these straps on here, and this is a soft pack. I like how they put the straps on here, so you know you could fix your car up and lock it down how you want to. So we're going to make sure positive to positive, negative to negative. See, that's negative. And this is positive, so you line them up, positive to positive, negative to negative. You see that pop? That's continuity. Now everything is attached, so we want to make sure we turn on the controller first, then the car. So now, remember what I was telling y'all about the rates, the direction of turn and the direction of steering, throttle. The direction of steering and the direction of throttle, right? Some people, you turn right. When you turn it forward, it should turn right. See, it turns right when you turn forward. When you turn the trigger back, when you turn the wheel back, it turns left. So, right, left, right, left. When I first got into the hobby, it was really confusing because it came like this. I was turning the wheel, and it was turning left. I was turning right, turning left, turning right. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Did I break it? I thought I broke it. And then we was driving it and I was trying to get used to going backwards. I went on Exceeded RC and like a dummy, I didn't kiss myself. All you had to do was push the switch. When you push the switch, you'll go right, you'll go left. The same with the throttle. The throttle too. Some people like to go forward. When you squeeze it, it's on normal. So that's what the N and R. Normal, reverse. Normal, reverse. So when you squeeze it, the car should go forward. Okay, it's not responding to the 4S.
They had a delay before. So.
No, it's the battery. It doesn't run on the 4S.
See what it did before and what was different from it now. I'll have it posted on the link at the top. It looks like a little eye with a circle around it. You click on that and it'll take you to the Park Day. It's called Park Day 3 and it'll show you how it works.
Can you see the difference between the 3S and the 4S? The 3S hard pack sits right in this pocket perfectly. Let's make sure we line it up right. Plus, plus, minus, minus.
Yes, you did.
That's that. Turn on controller. And turn on.
Look at this.
Color.
She done messed up in here.
Respond. Now, see, the 4S is too much. The 4S is too much power, so it will respond on the steering servo side, but in the ESC won't accept. You know, the ESC, you hear it with the fan on, it won't accept the amount of power going through. I think it has some sort of diode in there, either a Zener diode or cathode diode, or it may have both. A diode allows a certain amount of electricity to flow through a system. You know, we learned that in auto mechanics. So it probably has a Zener diode or cathode diode, or maybe both. That allows a certain amount of power to go through. So it'll open the door. It's like a 5 volts, 5 volts. You could say, for instance, it is saying 11.1 volts. So it'll allow 11.1 volts to flow through the system, but it won't allow 14.8. You know, the 11, it's gonna go through, but the rest of the volts are just gonna sit in the battery and it won't go through the system like it's supposed to. So people that take chances on running a battery on a system that won't accept the amount of voltage, you risk a fire. That's the only thing that you could do. You'll burn out the system, because this is heat. Inside of the battery is just heat. It's stored energy that converts to heat. So the heat is being pushed through the system and it makes it respond. You see how the burst is on this now? Last time it didn't have that much of a burst, but I changed the burst by this little switch right here. So when it Willie, it'll jump. It's crazy loud. And another thing I like about Armor setup, they have this bearing inside. Check it out, come zoom in. You see this roller bearing right here? This bearing allows for the axle to spin. It's spinning on a bearing, and the bearing moves inside, so it has a sturdiness to it. Ooh, this thing is fast, boy. So, always car off first, controller off last. Next car. So this is the Mad Warrior with a armor buggy body. This buggy belongs on a 186S Typhon, but I don't have a 6S Typhon. I have a RC Mad Warrior, and I had to do some fabrication cutting for the back. The lines that I think the buggy looks dope, but something different. I haven't seen anybody with this kind of setup yet. So this is my own design. As far as the body concerned, I mean, all you do is just slap on another body. But what's important is the setup inside. Here's the setup. The reason why this is so special to me, because this is my first time doing internal modifications. And I swapped out the nitro motor that was mounted here. I swapped out this motor and I put in a spur pass motor, and it's all hooked up, a 120 amp. It's able to take up to a 6S. So this thing is gonna be hella fast. It has a rear brake, a front brake. My battery compartment had to go up top. This is my battery compartment. I had nowhere else to mount the battery. The brakes are an emergency brake. This is my emergency brake. I'm going to use it at the throttle control. To engage it, I'm going to use this radio link controller. Now, it's not top of the line or anything. It's like 60 or 80 bucks on Amazon, but it's a really good controller. You know, it's all digital. Let's show you. Everything is all digital. It has its steering trim, throttle trim. It's got all types of different channels and whatnot. If you it lets you know how much or how little when you turn it right or left. You got your presets here. When you hold these two together, it'll take you through certain types of menus, but that's a whole nother video. But it's a Radio Link GS 4GS, RC4GS V2. It's pretty good for this car. Let me hook it up and show you how it runs and what it sounds like. So we're gonna slip the 4S into here. Let's slip it in there like so. There we go, all on. It lets you know with the beeps. I'm gonna connect the system. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Oh, it was on already. That was bad. That was not supposed to be on. Now we on. Let's do it again so you can hear the system. Here's the system. I'm gonna give it some time. So I'm gonna do it again. So we got the Radio Link RC4GS V2. Let me turn it on. On. Let you know. And here is the spur gears. See, she lets you know she's ready to go. I'm on, let's go. So make sure, you see, look at the response. This controller is so lightning quick. It's quick. I don't know if this just listen. Just let me try to hold it stable somewhere where it won't fall off. Right here by the battery compartment seems good. Okay, so ready? 1, 2. That's not even a quarter throttle. That's not even a quarter throttle. See, I love that sound when you hear the bearings and everything, the gears running. You can hear the bearings. It's just a raw sound. Here we go, we're going up. Okay, so I gotta hold it. Look at the car, look at the car. Okay, that's not even half throttle. If you look at my controller, you can see my controller? You see the bar? That's not even half throttle. That's half throttle. And here we go, full on. You got that? Full on throttle. And the emergency brakes works like this. It's on channel 3, so say for instance the car is going and I can't stop it, I'll get off and I'll press the brakes. And it'll stop it immediately. If you can see, it responds to me pressing on channel 3. So let's try it again so I can show you. Bring it down, bring it down. Yeah, that's good. So, give it some gas. Rolling. Stop it. And the stopping is simultaneously. Did I say that right? It's at the same. It's at the same time, so it's front and back at the same exact time. So it's gonna stop us from having. Let's see what happens if I turn off the controller. The car doesn't go anywhere. There's no response with the controller off. And I turn it back on. Controller lets me know it's on. And you see that jump? He jumps. He's jumping. And I'm pretty sure, let's check the wires. Everything is bone cold. Bone, it's cold. Everything is cold. The ESC is still running really, really cold. The wires are cold. The motor is heating up just a little bit, like just a little bit. Yeah, it's not heating up that much, but if we take it outside in the cold, it'll definitely stay to the temperature. I don't have a fan as yet. I know I need to get a fan to blow some air on it, and then I put that on channel 4 inside of here and let it run. So there you have it. There's all the RC cars, the electric ones.
This is the same thing as the one you're seeing right now, but this is gas, not electric.
And this wheel was loose right here. That's that, and she'll let you know I'm on. Turn it off, turn it on, hear that sound? Ready to work. I like that sound. Let you know it's ready to work. Let's shut it down. And let me just show you the blur that we just picked up, so you can see the internals. That's it. Smooth that up. Okay, so this is the RC blur. This is the little buggy that we just picked up for Christmas for Matthew. So he's got to learn how to do the high side adjustment, take the shell off, and the low side adjustment, which is inside of here next to the throttle. It's just on the other side of this throttle. You got your fuel tank. I think this is like a 50 milliliter. I don't know. It's a little cute little fuel tank, and it takes 4 AA batteries inside this compartment, along with the receiver, the antenna. It's got its glow plug. It's a pull start, so it's compressed, it's ready to run. I do want to start it up and run it, but because of the nitro fuel, if you let it run, it's bad for my asthma, so I can't just let it run. You know, I have to be upstream when it's running, meaning I gotta be behind it and the wind has to push it that way so it don't to feel. That's why I think my asthma's acting up too, because I was all up in it, breathing, even with the mask on. So
yeah, he was being stubborn when I was telling him to do some things. You know how husbands do it.
So I don't know the gear. I don't know the gear ratio in here, but it's a center diff drive. It's got a little clutch system inside, right there. Little clutch system, little gray. That little gray spur gear right there. It's a little clutch system. Crankshaft in there. Again, high side, low side down there. Exhaust. This pipeline is pretty good. This is the biggest pipeline I've ever seen on a small car like this. So it should get a much fuel, and because it's gonna run so fast, that piston is gonna be moving so fast. You know, it's gonna suck in a lot of fuel. Fuel filter, of course. We have to put some nitro fuel on it and stuff it back in there before we use it. 'Cause it has nothing on it. It's dry. The chassis is aluminum. It has some flex to it because everything else connected to it is a plastic. It's a mix of plastic and aluminum. The shock and shock towers, little shock towers. I mean, easy replace. Little steering servo, you can see. Yo, this little buggy is so, I don't want to say, it's cute. It's adorable.
Dope.
It's dope. It's so adorable. I didn't think that it'll be so flabby in the way that it was. But there will be some footage on these two together running. These two, if you can see in comparison to the car. If you can see in comparison.
Hold on, y'all.
If you can see in comparison, this little
Put it
thing,
back down.
this little thing fits right on there.
It's teeny tiny, y'all. Very, very teeny tiny.
It's small. And then here's another buggy. Look. Here's another buggy. So, you know, it's cute.
It's
And
like kid size.
it's kid size. And then here's the 110. And then compared to 110, here's the buggy again. Compared to 110. So, those are, everybody else is 1.8. And if this was next to a 1/5 buggy, it would be like this big to the about the size of the wheel. Like the wheel on a 1/5 is about this big. So it's about the size of the car in general. But yeah, this car is so small it could fit on this little box. It fits on this little box. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get some runtime of all of them. I would have ran it today, but it's cold as hell outside. I went out to take out the garbage and the wind blew across my ears and my ears started hurting. Just to take out the trash for like a few seconds, you know, so it's really cold out here. And these cars won't run properly, and I don't want to risk taking the LiPo batteries outside during this extreme cold weather. So I have car number 8, and this is another Drift King from Exceeded RC. It runs on 7.2 volt battery. This one is really special to my wife because it lights up. It has headlights. It has tail lights, ground effects. You'll see it when I put the battery in. So, as always, controller on. We have power. And then car. And as you can see, she lit up. Right? It lights up. It's got a short in the wires somewhere. We gotta fix that, but so long as we don't touch anything with our hands, we won't get electrocuted or shocked. But all that can be adjusted. It will be adjusted accordingly. Let's line it up properly so you can see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So that's what it looks like. Lit up. Go to the front. So that's what it looks like in the front. I'm gonna swing it around, you can see the back. And that's the back. So when you turn, go ahead, go to that side, go to the other side. You'll see that the lights blink, the blinkers come on. Back up, back up. The blinker come on when you turn left and when you turn right. And it also does it in the front as well. So when you turn right, the blinker comes on. When you turn left, the blinker comes on. She's pretty loud too. You can see the ground effects right here. Purple ground effects. Here we go. a brushless motor, but because it's a 7.2 nickel metal hydrate, it's not all that fast, you know. If it was a LiPo battery, it'll have more burst and it'll have more LiPo power, you know. If you got some pickups in the box.